Man, I'm not sure if everybody had a chance to see this movie yet, right? Um, when they see us, I had a chance to look at it, dissect it a little bit, and it was a good flick, man. It made you really think about some shit. It might have got you in your feelings, um, but it got you in your feelings because you know a family member that's been through that. You know a brother or a cousin or a baby father, husband, whatever. You know somebody who been through that. And I know most of the time, you know, some of the time, black men get a bad rep. Black men get looked at, you know, in a different light, so to speak. And I think that over time, people start to realize, that they got to ease up on the black man a little bit. Just when you look at what we've been through and look at what we've gone through. I mean, depending on how old you are, depending on, your social background and where you were raised, where you were brought up, how you were brought up. Some of this stuff, you would know off the break because it's like you lived it. And the movie hits on so many different levels, in terms of just circumstances in life that, black families deal with. I mean, you got, the co-parenting situation, or you have the unicorn situation where you got your mother and your father, or you got that situation where it's just the father or it's just the mother. And 9 times out of 10, it's normally seen through the eyes of the mother, because a lot of times the father's not around, and so now the mother has the job now to be the mother and the father. And so um, that's not an easy job. You know what I'm saying? Being a parent is not an easy job, period. And so the movie hits on, watching your child having to go through that shit, looking how the police corrupt and coerced and all did all this Bama shit to get these young men to say some shit that they didn't even fucking do, man. And these young men didn't do the shit, and they on tape saying that they did and talking about how they did it. Cause the police roughing them up, don't let them eat, all this wild shit. And the movie hits on so many different levels, but it hit as the movie progressed and it got to go on and got to develop. I started looking at some of the stuff that I had been through. You know what I'm saying? Some of the stuff that I can relate to. And Corey's whole. I related with Corey. I related with Corey the most. Um, because I have been in that situation where you in that motherfucking you in that joint early. You a young buck. You in here with some more experienced dudes that's been in for a minute or might be your age but got more, jail experience than you. And so, it's your first experience and you in there trying to figure out, what's going on. You got the punk ass COs talking shit to you, you know, you know, doing whatever the fuck they do, and I remember the scene in there when the CO asked Corey something, and Corey was like, what? He didn't understand. And there was an incident that happened with Corey and two older men. And guess what? I've been through that shit. That's why when I watched it, I had to press pause like a few times. Because I've been through that shit. Not verbatim exactly, but I've been through some shit with some older guys in jail. I just got there. I'm fresh on the yard, whatever. And, motherfuckers make you, prove yourself instantly. It ain't no go get your gun. It ain't no motherfucking call your brother, get your cousin, call your man and them. Ain't none of that. Ain't none of that. Either you gonna fight these motherfuckers, you gonna get your ass whooped, or you gonna be victorious. And 9 times out of 10, you just getting there. You got a whole lot to figure out. You gotta figure out is motherfuckers gonna jump you when you start fighting this nigga. You got. I mean, your everything that you was on, everything that you learned in the street, everything that you kind of was out there doing, that shit has to be heightened when you get in behind that motherfucking wall, cause it's you. Ain't nobody protecting you unless you already know somebody in there. You meet up with them. If you haven't done that yet, you on your motherfucking own. And that's pretty tough, man. It's pretty difficult to have to deal with some shit like that on your motherfucking own, man. You know what I'm saying? And I related to that shit because I've dealt with being a young teenager, locked up with more experienced men, having to protect myself, having to prove myself, having situations with COs, getting in fights with COs, again, proving yourself, not in a way where it's childish, but like literally having to prove that you ain't no bitch ass nigga to other inmates, COs, whoever come your way. I ain't no bitch. You know what I'm saying? And that transitions into society, and people like, man, what's wrong? Why you act like that, nigga? It's a reason for everything. And a lot of times, we get older and we work our way out of that shit. But while we, been in that situation, and then a couple years pass, and now we back home, we working, that shit take time to get over. That shit take time to transition, man. I mean, being in that motherfucking cell 23 hours a day, I've been there, I've done that. You know what I'm saying? On numerous occasions. I mean, I remember one incident, I was in that motherfucker for like 3 months. 23 and 1, I was in that motherfucker situation for like 3 months. I mean, it's times you get into a situation, you have a disagreement, you handle it, and that's where they take you. You know what I'm saying? They take you out of general population where you with other motherfuckers and y'all chilling, whatever. It's always that one motherfucker that want to try his hand. And it's always, motherfuckers that's going to try their hand because, I'm a red nigga or I'm a pretty boy, all that. I mean, listen, I used to get that shit all the time. I mean, still to this day, man, I've never considered myself no pretty nigga. I mean, was I fortunate enough to have 2 parents that were good looking? Absolutely. But it's nothing I could do about that. But as far as my mentality and how I'm going, man, I'm not no pretty nigga. I'm a savage nigga, for real. So you come over here fucking with me, it's gonna be me or you. And that movie, in that case, showed, where the adolescence of a child as a young man went away quick. Cause now you in a whole different animal, Joe. You in a whole different environment. And you got to be on some other shit every day. I mean, Corey did his thing playing crazy so he could stay in lockdown. And I mean, guess what? He probably wasn't playing crazy. That shit probably fucked him up. Cause that 3 months, I remember being in that joint for 3 months. I remember being in that joint for like a month. I remember different times having to be in that lockdown unit. I mean, especially, I remember one time it was a big ass little fight or a ride. I forgot where the fuck we was at. I forgot what motherfucking, institution I was at, but it was a fight. It was a big ass fight, and they locked everybody down for like 3 weeks. Niggas couldn't come out they said. So I know what that feel like, man. And so that's why that movie, resonated with me. You know what I'm saying? But as black men, listen, ladies, we go through a lot, man, and we've been through a lot. And I know y'all go through a lot. I mean, when the father is gone and you gotta do the job, I get it, man. Trust me, my mother, she raised me and my brother. I get it. But at the end of the day, women, ladies, y'all gotta ease up on the black man, Joe. We've been through a lot. We going through a lot. And it's hard for us to work all that shit out. We need help. If y'all the nurturers, help nurture us back to, getting out of that bullshit, man. For real. Help us out, man. Don't get down on us. Help us. That way we help you. Y'all help us. We can help you. Cause I'm telling you, if a man is motivated and he know how to use his hands, he a bad motherfucker, man. Especially if he grind and he know how to hustle, man. I'm telling you, help us out, man.